I will continue to play Tactical OSR, Fantasy Combat on a Hex Field. This is a scenario I started. I made it to level 2. I even have an extra XP. A 5 will get me to level 3. I have 20 HPs. I'm playing a sellsword. I have no magic items, and I am going to continue. I have a bash action, and I have 3 liabilities, chaotic, enemies, and grizzled. And of those, I also have my stats of 3, 3, 3, and 1 vigor. Wow, I'm not very big. I'll put myself at 4-1. That's a good spot to be. And I will continue on. I am going to be playing Den of Thieves out of the Fantasy Nocturne book, a set of 36 adventures. This one, the Den of Thieves, is a classic above or below situation, a group of outlaws, and a leader. So I need to win by killing this leader here. Now, I will play this with just a little bit of disbelief on my part. I will not know where he is, so when I get up in this area in here, I will instead see which direction I go looking for the leader. I had a choice of 2 entrances. I made it into the correct entrance and almost found the secret door here. But after I'd failed to find a secret door, I went through, I stealthed around the pit, and then killed 2 sets of guards. Well, continuing on at level 2. Now, the next step, I think, would be to try to ambush these guys right here. Problem with that is they have an archer's blind and are prepared to fire arrows. So I would probably need perception first to note that there's a trap behind there, since I don't know that these guys are actually there, and then maybe agility to reach them. So the first die I would roll is perception. I need a 1, 2, or 3 to be successful. A 5. And every time you're unsuccessful, your ability will improve. And I go to a 4. But being unsuccessful means I don't even know these guys are here, so I'm going to probably just ramp my way across, and then they would fire the bows at me before we enter combat, and I would need to roll probably agility 1, 2, or 3 to avoid that attack. And this is all ad hoc. I'm just playing old school revival here. And a 6. Once again, I missed. My agility goes up, and I'm in battle now. I will roll for how the mob's set up by rolling a d6. 4, all mobs start on the edge, 6-1 to 6-6. Co-op, I'm not playing co-op, but if I was, I would need to make another agility roll, or I would get battle by the numbers, which is a bad thing to be. It means you start with some of the worst cases of combat. You would start with the situation, have one person taking a panic result, then a stun, then a manhandled, etc. And it would be a disadvantage. But with a larger group, the chance that somebody is going to miss that roll of co-op play, of failing all agility, it's more of a way of making the stats go up and down in the party, which is part of play. Neither here nor there. So I will roll, as I said. They are going to be at 1-1 to 1-6, right? No, 6-1 to 6-6. 6-1 to 6-6. They're over on this side on me here. Let's hit that, make sure you can see it. How many are there? Now, I'm going to play, instead of playing a 6 plus a d6, which is what I would do with co-op play, I'm going to probably just go d6 plus level. So I'm going to go with d6 and plus 2. I certainly could probably beat 12 people here. It would just make combat go on a little bit longer. 5 plus my level of 2, 7. But let's put these 6 guys on the map here. 1 more for good measure, and this is the way we'd start. I still have dirty tricks and luck I can throw in to improve my odds here, but here comes the first roll of combat. And I got myself a 4. Now 4 is going to be usually a respite. Now, do I want to keep it like that? What's nice about the respite is the fact that nobody is moving, and they can only really do damage if they're adjacent, which is not bad to be, but I really can't kill them back at this range, but I could perhaps prepare. Let's run it together. Neither you or the enemy may move. Now, roll cantrips as desired to enhance. I haven't played this character in just a little while, so let's make a look and see if I even have any cantrips. This is Red James. Red James has... I'm looking... It looks like he is Bupkis on the cantrips. Over the course of refining this game and playing this game in test, we have added more cantrip opportunities to the players. No cantrips. I move to the next one. Slay one opponent or undead, but it must be adjacent, and I'm not adjacent. Now, either exercise magic or opportunity knocks. You may also release the dogs. I don't have the opportunity to release the dogs. I could hoard sorcery and get my bash up, but I'm going to roll on opportunity knocks. So die 6, and my die 6 on opportunity knocks is a 3. Opportunity Knocks, a 3. Divine Breath, add a trigger, meaning place a tactical advantage within 2 hexes. What is the tactical advantage that I'm going to place within 2 hexes? Number 7, it's a drill. So there is going to be a drill. So within 2 hexes of me, the better thing to do is probably put it right back here away from them, because if they reach it first, I'm going to take a die 6 of damage. If I reach it first, I get the drill advantage and pick up the Fury. What is the next action in here? I go back to Respite. Count the damage done of monsters adjacent. If the character is annoying, am I annoying? I am not, so I don't take any damage from that. Option to slay a war dog. I don't have a war dog. Someone must suffer the enemy damage, but it's 0, 0. Roll a d6 for recover lost hit points on Vigor. Well, don't mind if I do, because I do have 2 off. d6 on Vigor. Oh, even better still. If I roll a 1, I have picked up a d6 in Vigor. I have not, but because I rolled and failed, I go to a 5, and I don't lose any HPs here, but I gain an XP whenever you roll a stat that's at 1. No enemy died, gain an XP. No enemy died, guess what? The gods like me. It's definitely a gods will like you or hate you game here, and I picked up another XP, and I am done with that round. Nothing really changed except for I picked up a couple of XPs. Here goes my next die roll here on Solo, playing Tactical OSR. I rolled a 4. Back-to-back 4s. Interesting. Back-to-back 4s. Well, I liked it the last time. I'm going to roll Opportunity Knocks again. I'm not going to have any cantrip. I'm not going to have any slay anyone next to me. I probably am not going to take any HP damage again. And Opportunity Knocks, I roll a d6. This time I got a 5. Now, if I go to Opportunity Knocks from this guy here, Opportunity Knocks 5, Slaughter, slay one of the enemies anywhere on the hex grid. So I sort of probably lashed out and threw a spear. Maybe I had a stone on the ground I could pick, or these guys were armed with bows. I could perhaps have had a bow that I picked up and shot one of them. Could I have continued on and made these guys a ranged attack bowmen? I could have, as a flare. But again, at level 2 for a demo, I'm not here trying to kill myself over and above. I'll give myself a little bit of a slack. And I have a 5 on Respite. I killed one guy because of Opportunity Knocks. Do I have any of these options that are going to deliver damage? No. Roll Vigor again? Yeah, my Vigor's a 5 now. And that means I made it, which means the Vigor drops. Whenever you make an action, you become more complacent with it. Whenever you miss, it steals you up. I'm going to heal back a die 6 hit points. I'm going to heal back 2. And what happens with all of this is the fact that you are pretty much a character. You're not a thief and you're not a fighter. You have subsets with the classes, yes. You have elf and dwarf and wizard and sellsword and celebrant. And those would be familiar if you've played OSR type of role-play games. But as the stats are missed, they go up. As the stats are failed, they go down. Because every person who is an adventurer has the abilities to listen at doors and hide and climb and try to negotiate with enemies. And we want all of the players in the game to, at certain times in the adventure, be better than the rest and there on the spot. We don't want the same guy in a heavily dialogue-based adventure to be the only guy that's interacting because he just happens to be the bardish type with the high charisma. In this game, that guy who has the high dexterity, as he makes rolls, it's going to slowly drop to a point where somebody else in the party is going to be the one who's going to be starting to make the rolls. And you'll hear me editorialize a lot as I play these games, just to show you my mindset and just to show you the mechanics. This is right here, drill advantage. I can still pick up the Fury if I get to it. I'm now only fighting 6 guys. And anything else that's going to happen to that? I killed somebody, so I don't gain an XP. Next roll, d6, it's a 3. Now this is a point where I may want to throw my luck or dirty tricks in. In fact, if I throw my dirty tricks in, I get myself another respite and my Fury is +1. So I go back to this. Slay an adjacent guy? No. Opportunity Knocks, let's roll for that. A 1. Now, a 1 on Opportunity Knocks, that's not going to be any good. That's going to be a miscalculation, and the enemy's going to get black magic. Now, I gain an XP, and there's a lot to delight in that. I will roll to see what the black magic result is, and this is perfectly fine in the game before I decide whether or not I want to change that. And it's a 4. Now, a black arts of 4 is going to be lose all your aces or suffer, if none, suffer 2d6. Now, I would lose my luck. If I change this, Black Arts, I could change it from a 4 up to a 5 and suffer a -1 death mod, and then I'd keep my luck. Or on the opportunity knocks, if I use my luck there, I could get contest, but then I pick up an evil flare, and we hate those. So I want to gain that XP, and then when I re-rolled the 4 for black arts, it meant that I'm going to lose my final ace. Now, I still have +1 fury for the dirty tricks that I applied last round. I'm still trying to get to here. So here comes my die. I'm adding 1. A 1 + 1 is a 2. Sometimes there's no way to get around it. Sometimes the rolls are bad. I am manhandled with that 2. Am I going to go down? Well, it's a distinct possibility. And with manhandled, first move all the monsters 1 space. I'm treating these just as non-humans because I'm not high enough to worry about fighting 6 demi-humans or 6 true monsters. And then we look and see, we count the damage delivered by adjacent monsters. Humans must be adjacent, deliver 1 point. So I'm going to take 2 points of damage. And then if the character has a sweetheart, I do not. Option to slay the war dog or use cantrips to modify rolls. Someone must suffer that 2 points of damage. And so we go on to slay 1 adjacent non-human. All right, I've killed this bandit here. Suffer wear and tear. Let's roll a die 6 for wear and tear. A wear and tear of a 3. We go into wear and tear. Wear and tear usually a 3. I have no magic items. Drop a step in weapon. But because I don't have a step in weapon, I'm going to take a damage point. Now, if I had a +1 sword for the remainder, or even +2 sword, it would drop 1 ability, 1+ bonus of pip for the rest of the battle. If that should happen twice in a single battle, it would be dulled for the rest of the adventure. Now, I don't have that, so I'm going to have to take a point of damage. After wear and tear, we roll for glory. We like glory. Or remove a liability. I could remove one of the liabilities, but I'm going to roll for glory here. I roll a d6. I don't have any aces left. D6 of glory on a 3 says restore my dirty tricks plus gain +1 on opportunity knocks. Okay, we'll take that. I will take back my dirty tricks, and I will add +1 on any time I roll for opportunity knocks for the rest of this adventure, or I should say for the rest of this battle. Roll stat vigor to raise your effective gambit to 6. Stat vigor. Still got a 1, 2, 3, 4 on vigor, so let me see if I can pop myself up. A 3. Once again, I made a roll, so it goes down. And my effective bash ability now is not level 2, it becomes level 6, which is automatic, which means when I get a chance to use the bash, I can knock these guys away. Did I skip over the fact that I can move? You may not move. Well, that answers that question. More later.